ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಜೈ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಶಕ್ತಿ. ಇಂದು ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ 2ನೇ ದಿನದ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಪಕ್ವಾಡ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆದರದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಅಗಜಾನನ ಪದ್ಮಾರ್ಕಂ ಗಜಾನನ ಮಹರ್ನಿಶಂ ಅನೇಕದಂತಂ ಭಕ್ತಾನಾಂ ಏಕದಂತಮುಪಾಸ್ಮಹೇ ವಕ್ರತುಂಡ ಮಹಾಕಾಯ ಕೋಟಿ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಸಮಪ್ರಭಾ ನಿರ್ವಿಘ್ನಂ ಕುರು ಮೇ ದೇವ ಸರ್ವಕಾರ್ಯೇಷು ಸರ್ವದಾ. ಜೈ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ್. ಈಗ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ವಿಜಯಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಅವರು ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಡುತ್ತಾರೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಗೀತೆ. हरि ओम। मानवता के लिए उषा की किरण जगाने वाले हम, शोषित पीड़ित ग्राहक जन का भाग्य बनाने वाले हम। जय ग्राहक जय ग्राहक जय ग्राहक शक्ति। अन्य किसी की मुंह की रोटी हरना अपना काम नहीं, पर अपने अधिकार गवा कर सकते आराम नहीं। अपने हित औरों के हित का मेल मिलाने वाले हम, शोषित पीड़ित ग्राहक जन का भाग्य बनाने वाले हम। जय ग्राहक जय ग्राहक जय ग्राहक शक्ति। रोटी कपड़ा मकान शिक्षा आवश्यकता जीवन की, व्यक्ति व्यक्ति परिवार सुखी हो तभी होगी मुक्ति सच्ची। हंसते हंसते राष्ट्र कार्य में शक्ति लगाने वाले हम, शोषित पीड़ित ग्राहक जन का भाग्य बनाने वाले हम। जय ग्राहक जय ग्राहक जय ग्राहक शक्ति। भारत माता का सुख गौरव प्राणों से भी प्यारा है, युग युग से मानव हित करना शाश्वत धर्म हमारा है। जीवन शक्ति उसी माता को भेंट चढ़ाने वाले हम, शोषित पीड़ित ग्राहक जन का भाग्य बनाने वाले हम। जय ग्राहक जय ग्राहक जय ग्राहक शक्ति। वंदे मातरम। ग्राहक शक्ति राष्ट्र शक्ति। ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಗ್ರಾಹಕರ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಅಭ್ಯುದಯವನ್ನು ಬಯಸುತ್ತಾ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ವಿಜಯಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಅಕ್ಕ ಅವರು ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಈಗ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಸುಭದ್ರಕ್ಕ ಇವರು ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಇವರ ಪರಿಚಯವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬಯಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಸುಭದ್ರಕ್ಕ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಅವರು ಮೂಲತಃ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು, ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ MS ಗೆಲಿಲಿಯೋ ಇನ್ನೋವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ವಿಶೇಷ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳು ವಿಭಾಗದ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ 45 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಅನುಭವವಿದ್ದು, ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ, IT ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಬಂಧಿತ ಸಂಯೋಜಿತ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸ ಪೀಳಿಗೆಯ ಪರಿಹಾರಗಳ ವಿತರಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತೊಡಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ BR ಮಾಹಿತಿ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ, ಉತ್ಪನ್ನ ವಿನ್ಯಾಸ ಮತ್ತು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ, IPR ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮತ್ತು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಪಾಲುದಾರಿಕೆಗಳು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಡೆಸುವುದು. ಈವೆಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹಣಕಾಸು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಅನ್ವಯಿತ ಐಪಿಗಳನ್ನು ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮ್ ಪರಿಹಾರಗಳ ಕಲ್ಪನೆಗಾರ ಮತ್ತು ವಿನ್ಯಾಸಕರು. ಶ್ರೀ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಬಿಆರ್ ಅವರ ಪ್ರಾವೀಣ್ಯತೆಯು ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದ ಸೇವೆಯ ವಿತರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮವಾಗಿಸಲು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ವ್ಯವಹಾರದ ಪ್ರಸರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಇಲಾಖೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಇತರ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣಾ ಸೇವೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ದೃಢ ನಂಬಿಕೆಯುಳ್ಳವರು. ಸಂಯೋಜಿತ ಪರಿಹಾರ ನಿಯೋಜನೆ ವಿಧಾನಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಲುದಾರರನ್ನು ಫಲಾನುಭವಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣಗೊಳಿಸಲು ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಇಂದಿನ ವ್ಯವಹಾರಗಳನ್ನು ನಡೆಸುವ ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ಬದಲಾಯಿಸಲು ವಿನ್ಯಾಸಗೊಳಿಸಲಾದ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಜನರ ಜೀವನ ಮತ್ತು ಸೇವೆಗಳ ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟವನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸುಭದ್ರಕ್ಕ. ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಮಗ್ರ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ ನಮಗೆ ಸುಭದ್ರಕ್ಕ ಅವರು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೃತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಇದ್ದರು, ಉತ್ತಮ ಸಂಘಟನಾಕಾರರಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಫಲಾನುಭವಿಗಳ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಅರಿತು ಗ್ರಾಹಕರ ಹಿತಾಸಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಕಾಪಾಡುವ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ಸಂಘಟನೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿತಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಅಖಿಲ ಭಾರತ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹಿರಿಯರು, ಮುಕುಟಪ್ರಾಯರು, ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕರು ಆದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಶಿವಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರು ಹಾಗೂ ಸಂಧ್ಯಕ್ಕ ಅವರು ಹಾಗೂ ಬಾಗೂರ್ಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂತೋಷದಾಯಕದ ವಿಷಯ ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತಾ, ಇಂದು ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಖಿಲ ಭಾರತ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೂ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನ ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಜಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ತಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸವಿನಯವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಾನು ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಅಂತ. ಇವತ್ತಿಂದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ಹೊಸ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ಬಳಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸುಮಾರು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನಗಳನ್ನ ಬಳಸಲಾಗಿದೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು ಅಂಡ್ ಯಾರು ಓನರ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಖಚಿತಪಡಿಸಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವುಗಳು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೊಸ ರೂಪರೇಖೆ ತಗೊಂಬರೋಣ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ವಿಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಈಗ? ಹಲೋ,
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಜಿ, ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್.
ಓಕೆ. ಇದು ನಾನು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ದೋ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹಿಂದಿ, ಕನ್ನಡ, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಎ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಯನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಬಿ ವೋಕಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೈ ವೋಕಲ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಸಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಧ್ವನಿ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಎತ್ತಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೇರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಫಾರ್ ಅವರ್ ಓನ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂದಿರೋದು. ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ಯೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ತಮಗೆ, ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 2.83 trillion worth products are duplicated every year, and it grows at a rate of about 12 to 16% a year. And there is nothing which is not fake. And important point is there is no guarantee for products and services that benefit tax-paying citizens. So if they are paying tax, we need to know where the product came from. So it's a time now that we consumers demand the authentic information part of consumerism. In this context, what we have suggested here as a RPI should be implemented. Now, what is RPI all about? We know that there are number of labels available on each product, which gives us some information. We also have barcodes, some QR codes, but they do not give us the full information or where from the product is coming to us. As a consumer, I just do not know. I know that yes, the product is so and so. So we are saying, there is a need when there is RTI in place, and RPI bekanta. The RPI is a new concept. This is specific to product and services only to check the counterfeits or duplicate or fake products in the market on spot. So RTI, if you look at it, it's a generic in nature, and it's a lengthy procedure. You have to submit your documents, and then it goes through a process, and the department has to give you the information. Under RPI, what you have conceived is to put the product and its validation on spot. No waiting, nothing. So as is known, there is no solution that informs consumer of the product's origin. If I say I take a product, I buy a product, the product informs me that the price is so and so, lot is so and so. But then I do really not know whether the owner who claims that it is produced is coming to us or not. That's the missing link, which we are addressing now. Most importantly, origin ilde hodre, any product that is coming in the market, you don't have an evidence of saying that yes, I have this product from the market I picked up, because all the counterfeiters do is they replace the look-alike product, and we just do not know whether the product is original or not. And here we are suggesting that yes, we shall bring in a new provision in the name of RPI, Right to Product Information. So how does it help? It typically integrates the government and authorized agencies or entities which gives you the right to produce something, that is the manufacturers or service providers. And we are the beneficiaries. We are all consumers, first of all. So if we pay tax, it is our understanding that we must be given the information connected with that product in full. So manufacturers will get their liability protection, because if it's genuinely manufactured, we send back a feedback the moment it's purchased, saying that yes, this product was picked up from a particular shop or mall or anywhere else. So it helps them their brand reputations. So somebody cannot put a similar lookalike product, like you must have seen today. It is happening with ghee, Nandini ghee. There is already on video on this today that a fake ghee is being produced somewhere. We have technology used where we'll say that yes, whosoever purchased, whosoever produced, and where it went, and the entire details are available to the manufacturer. This is the inbuilt process in our analytics. It's a right to product information. Nam understanding prakara, what we are trying to suggest, which can go through ABGP also as a forum, is to say that empower consumer to know where from the product originated. This helps the consumer to be peaceful, and they know exactly where from they are picking up, because we have too many products which are fake, which are duplicate. Okay, if this is brought in, who else gets benefited apart from consumer? Say government. Every product which it's a duplicate product or fake product, they do not collect tax. It's a tax evasion. The menace of fake and counterfeit, too many things generate revenues for various other activities. It could be connected with terrorism, it could be connected to anything else, black money generation, and so on and so forth. That gets addressed. Then comes the geographical distribution of products. Andre, now Madiro Utpadinena Eladru, if I'm sending it, I must know where it went, where I actually sent it. It doesn't happen always. A product which is supposed to be in Bangalore may be available in Calcutta. This diversion is something which has to be detected, and none other than us consumers will be the helpful controller of all this information through simple application what we have developed. So now question comes, when RTI is there, whether we require RTI. We are saying no. If government wants transparency in quality of service, or even manufacturer wants the quality of service and the transparency in their transaction, it will be in public interest, that is us consumers. So typically the concept of RPI is to help the quality and origin for agencies such as Grahak Jago, FICCI, FSSAI, CII, ISI, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇವತ್ತು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಹುಶಃ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ISI ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕರ್ ಅಂಟಿಸಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ we do not know whether it's original sticker or not. We are risking our entire investment on believing on a logo or mark which cannot give a guarantee of the origin where from it originated. So this should be a policy in our understanding, but not necessarily. The next biggest thing comes is, yes, how do the public know about that there is some system like this is available? The other product purchase ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ we must be having some mechanism which helps me instantly know whether the product is genuine, original, and if I have a problem with it, to whom to go. All these three steps simultaneously get addressed with a simple mechanism of reading through either a mobile phone or anything connected with it. So, next question ಬರೋದು, ಇಷ್ಟೋ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ. So we are saying no. There will be a nominal overhead, but then it's so economical that there will not be any revenue losses to anybody in the entire process with whatever the existing practice that we have today. So it will definitely not have a greater impact on the product pricing. Supposing, just an example, I'm buying 1,000 rupees for shirt, or say 1,000 rupees for edible product. If I'm getting the duplicate, a lookalike product or a fake product, I'm losing all the 1,000 rupees. I would not mind as a consumer putting in some money on it to know that yes, I have the right to know where it's coming from and which should be available. This information should be available if somebody is controlling the entire information. That could be government nominated bodies, or even the manufacturer. So that if there is a case filed against them, they will know that yes, it was not our product or it was our product. This is the level of information that we are trying to suggest. I take pride in really informing this, that we are the only people in the world who are suggesting this market. It is open to the global market. Today we speak in terms of product coming from China, and we are saying buy local, be local. How do I identify whether the product is coming from China or elsewhere? I don't think anybody has any solution worldwide today. It's where we are saying that we give some kind of an identifier which is measurable on spot to take the information or to give the information to the consumer who is paying tax. There is no such program in global markets today. We use substantial techniques, methods, they are simple to produce, but yet it gives you absolute guarantee of the origin. We call this as origin discovery programs. It can be fruits, vegetables, it can be packaged materials in FMCG, it could be anything for that matter. Now, when you said that there is no product, there could be competition. Yes, it will develop. We welcome any competition because it's consumer protection. That is our prime motive. And as such, there are no player in this market to provide what is known as conclusive evidence. Classic understanding of this subject is, I have a dispute with a product. I paid the tax, I purchased the product, and then I find that yes, product is not original. What is my option available now today? I have to file a complaint with consumer courts. And every one of you, us know that this takes a long time to get relief on consumer courts, because the manufacturer can easily get away saying that it's not our product. And the onus is on the manufacturer to prove that it's not since it's done, then I have to go ahead as a consumer who purchased to prove that it is not what I purchased for. This, we have called it as a word what you are reading here as DigiFix. We are the only company in the world today. We are saying that any product that is in the market should have a connect in digital platform to a physical entity. Meaning, if I purchase a product and if there is some kind of reading possible in a discrete mode, that should connect me to a physical product through a digital means. Like you must have seen QR codes in the market. There are a number of people who produce QR codes. We are saying that yes, you produce the QR code, but it has to be secure. It should not be possible to duplicate. It is a limitation of technology. We have overcome that, and we have simplified this process that once you read it, you get the connect to the manufacturer directly, and the data comes to you if the manufacturer is really produced. Otherwise, there is no data. Don't buy the product. This segregates the fake products that are in the market today once it's implemented. And being a consumer, I would definitely like to say that yes, I would like to, or I love to have this product which everybody's in everybody's interest. So we custom design to product. There's too many products in FMCG, automotive. Let's take a case of document. A student's document, the owner of the document who issues the document like the mass card certificates is the universities. And the fake document which comes in also looks alike. Now, if I have to hire a person, I have a problem. I have to send back this document to university, get it vetted, and come back. So here what we do, apart from packaging, we also produce on document very advanced security features which cannot be copied, it cannot be faked, it cannot be duplicated. And every transaction that is happening is recorded somewhere if it is linked to a document issued by the owner, in this case, the university. Similarly, if I'm buying a product from a market, say cosmetic product, and I'm ready to pay whatever the price because it's a good brand, the moment I scan it, or before billing it is scanned, it gives me input saying that yes, this product is produced by so-and-so on date so-and-so, which you already printed on the document. But if the manufacturer does not upload this information from their manufacturing stations, the data will not come out. So there itself, you can reject the project. It may look much good, price-wise it may be low. You don't have to buy that. And this information will be available with us to say that here's a different product available in the market. So it helps everybody connected with the value chain to see where the original of fakes are coming from. This can be done by any vigilance teams which the companies always deploy. And today, even the vigilance teams have to go, they have to check, and in the best case scenarios, they have to ultimately go to the forensic labs to get the product verified. We are saying, why waste time? Get this input and output simultaneously on spot with just a trigger of button on a mobile application. So this is a digital connect to a physical layer. Now the next question is, in consumer interest, is it just limited to say a particular product or packaging, or it can be done at other places, other products? We are saying even you can go to the services. It's not just limited to say education document, judiciary document, medical. It's a simple question. If you go to judiciary, a judge getting a document or an advocate getting a document, which I submit, how do they know that I have submitted the original document? There's no answer today. Same applies to medical prescriptions, dairy products, fertilizers, seeds, pharma, toys, name anything. The list is endless. That is why we are facing a crisis in the market where it is something like 2.8 trillion worth fakes are there for all kinds, starting from simple paper to textiles to packaging materials to anything else. It is time now that we bring in something like a control mechanism which will take us into giving the right outputs to the end user, that is consumer. There have been questions on if every information is giving, is there a privacy issue? We are saying not at all. Okay, it in fact eradicates or empowers the consumer in eradicating the counterfeiters or any spurious product that comes into any supply chain. The RPA program is, as we said, is a consumer protection. It's a fundamental right of one who pays tax. It's a legality of the subject. I pay tax, I need to know information. And this cannot be denied even in our constitution. And it's not political. It is state line commercial application, which CPA is carrying today in their document, but this is a missing link where we are not getting the actual owners, manufacturer to abide by whatever they are producing as a quality produce to an end consumer. So there's no question of privacy issue anywhere connected other than the pedigree, meaning if there is a product with this a composition which they make it, we are not questioning that. We are saying where from it originated, which plant, which machine. That information should be available from consumer code point of view. And that should be measurable by ordinary consumer, either by mobile applications or through a kiosk in a shop. So we don't have to invest again on a mobile application. Legally looking at it, yes, is it permitted to enforce RPA? Okay, there has to be a policy, we understand that. But under Information Security Act also, it's a fundamental information rights issues under various chapters across globe, not necessarily in India. And it's a political tool or a subject. So our belief is we are all consumers and we have to have the necessary rights to know where from any product is coming to us. If this is not covered, no matter what we try, no matter what technologies we bring in, the menace of fakes and counterfeits will never go away from market. So, can RPI be implemented without seeking a policy guidance? Yes, definitely. We don't have to always wait for the government to take initiative. We consumers, through forums like ABGP, I'm very happy to be with ABGP, who has taken initiative to tell that yes, we have the power. We can take a consumer voice to the powers that be. This will be the welfare issue for all stakeholders, government, manufacturer, and ourselves. This is our belief. And maybe there is the policy guidance required over a period of time. But the interim, those who are interested, those manufacturers who are interested, they can bring in the necessary implementation that helps them. Take a case of, say, I was hearing to Mr. Satya yesterday on good food. Okay, good definition, good presentation, meaningful. But the question is, how do you identify continuously and consistency without a back check on where from it is coming from? This question has to be addressed. I definitely appreciate the Prashant's presentation yesterday I was going through. It's interesting part. Many such identity situations should be created for different people who are producing any product. It doesn't matter who produces what, but they should own that they produced and they brought it to the consumer consumption. If that is missing, I think we'll never be able to address the menace of counterfeits, fakes, as it's in the product market. I'll not take too much of time. When we say उपभोक्ता अधिकार के हित में एक नई पहल है, so it's definitely an advantage to RPI. Point one, it definitely enhances the consumer trust in governance. It definitely relates to government who permit somebody to manufacture somebody. It's a onus on the policymakers to provide the necessary information in consumer interest. Our forum, ABGP, I believe, can be a voice, a powerful voice, because what we are saying is instead of limiting the vigilance as a part, we are saying get along and make consumer as the vigilance team. They will be, if everything works well, all the 130 crore people in this country can be the vigilant eyes. Nobody can escape a fake product. This is the power of RPI, which we believe that is will be done, can be done. Next, of course, we have GST where we have no say, no voice. I must not be saying so, but it is determined by a third party and we are enforced. It's enforced on us. Saying today is 10%, tomorrow 25%, 30%, the government prerogative. There's a tax required for national development. So if we are saying that yes, we have to promote the Indian products, Indian market, we must be giving the advantage of tax collection and the tax revenue generation for with subsidies or whatever is possible to promote be local, buy local. This is a tax revenue matter from our perspective for GST. Next, very important issue comes. Like I told earlier, rapid consumer grievance redressal is one of the biggest subjects, which everyone knows that it's not the easy subject in consumer courts today. This will definitely reduce the consumer court's time. It's a fantastic value addition, as we understand, because on spot you have known and you have now right.
दो देश के प्रमुख लोग मिलते हैं तो एक दूसरे को गिफ्ट देते हैं। आपको जानकर के खुशी होगी
जी। Okay, I couldn't hear you. Sorry. I will come back on this. Point number 4. Judiciary and evidence. Okay, there's a huge issue on ownership establishment. We have to give, if somebody owns something and claims it to be theirs, if there are equivalent products or similar looking products, who is the absolute owner of the product? This is evidence matter from judiciary point of view, not necessarily for consumer alone, anything, even in services. Like many of us do not know the Aadhaar card issued to us, who issued? I'm very sure nobody knows. We have collected. All we know is, yes, we went to a particular point which was advised at the post office or some third party. We picked up. Now, if the card is able to give you that his card was produced or issued by a authority which is authorized to do this job, I think we are talking about evidence. This will help in ownership disputes. Resolutions can be very fast. We did speak to some of the judiciary, people connected with judiciary, and they also believe that yes, it's correct. What we are thinking is right. Now, in context of the consumer protection, a new probably a policy enactment may be needed to ensure that yes, all the beneficiaries are simultaneously benefited in the entire supply chain. This helps in building the image of India. We are definitely changing. My firm belief is yes, India is changing. And if you are looking at a 5 trillion economy sometime in 25, I think we are making sense to take this forward if we add value as a quality conscious nation and work towards the consumer in real time. And logical outcome is the elimination of the counterfeit and fake products. It applies to everything, manufactured product, services. And to man this, we are looking at substantially large number of employment generation, because if the awareness has to come into and it has to be empowered by end user consumers with the literacy rate what we have and the resources that we have today, it will be very difficult and not an easy task. Here we believe very strongly that there will be substantial employment generation in this entire supply chain by bringing a subject like right to product information. ये एक नई पहल है और इस पहल के लिए चाहिए कि हम एबीजीपी से इस वॉइस को उठाएं और हम सभी उपभोक्ता हैं, तो हमारे इंटरेस्ट में हमें ही काम करना पड़ेगा, गवर्नमेंट की मदद करनी होगी, और अगर ये करते हैं तो हम वेरी स्ट्रांगली वी बिलीव दैट यस वी विल बी एबल टू हेल्प द नेशन ग्रो. It's not only in our country, it is everywhere, but unfortunately the typical countries like ours and China and other places, there are plenty of such fakes or duplicates which is emerging. It's a known subject. Last I was reading something like 60,000 odd crore rupees were fakes going to the Indian market, which was an official number by one of the forums. And that's a huge sum. And best part of that is, yes, none of us know. We buy anything and everything. Like it was it's being spoken by several others, saying that we merely go by the company's claims of through advertisements or some other means, a social media engagement, and we believe. Just to understand a better way, if a news comes on to us on our, say, WhatsApp, do we know that it is genuine information? I don't think. All the best we do is just forward it, saying that forwarded message, forwarded many times. Many of us even don't read it. Do we have any means to know from where this information came to us as the first point? This is a limitation of technology being exploited. We have a solution which will be, if it can apply to fake information, we can also apply to the genuine products which is coming from genuine manufacturers. Anybody else in the supply chain in between, they will never be able to penetrate this system, because we, the consumers, are the power tool to detect them on spot. This on spot is a subject which we have taken very seriously, and we are ready to go into the markets in coming days. We are already talking to quite a few clients. Now, from ABGP perspective, I'm very happy there's a forum available to us. This platform should be a fantastic platform for us to take and add value to the CPA. This is the highest level that we can go about. A small value addition, which will help in ODRs, straight away, online dispute resolutions. The technology is not yet known in the world market. We are the first people. And this can make us, the consumer, be comfortable whenever we are making a purchase decision. There is no question of saying that you have to buy a particular product. We are not saying that. We are saying if you are buying, know before buying that you are getting a genuine product. So we are not getting into an area where we are saying that there is a control on the product production. No, anybody can produce. But if you have a dispute, unless you have gone through this process, you cannot file a case in courts. That's the right. That's it. So this should help us in go about it. My last slide. Consumer empowerment lateral approach by GFL. This is in public interest. Okay. right to product information will help the manufacturer service providers. It helps regulators. And of course, when it comes to media, you can see as it is it's shown who will decide take and what. This is a simple process to go. But for all these things, there are a number of interested parties, and I would like everybody to request that to propagate this in our own interest because we are consumer first. If there are any questions on this, please let us know. I can answer few questions right now or anytime later also. We believe that track and trace with ideas and this is something which we are continuously saying and trying to bring to eliminate the duplicate, fake or counterfeit products. Thank you.
So, thank you very much, Badrinath ji. This is Narasimha Nakshatri.
Yes, sir.
It's an excellent information on the right to production, the Product Information Act you have presented. I think it is a real enlightening the presentation and also the information provided to all of us. I think the consumer, as you said, consumer is the God, consumer is the great, he should know everything about the product. As far as yesterday's Satya's presentation, it was a time limitation. I think he has not gone back to the product traceability and product certification. I have put the food part into three successive the presentations. One is yesterday, 20th, when the quality and the adulteration detection, everything that some quality experts will be speaking on that with the practical knowledge and experience. The third part, somebody who is in FSSAI Acts and its certification, and also a company, the farmer produce company, who is doing from the production till marketing with the traceability at the product identification. I think that will be, I made it as a 3-part of presentation so that the people in this one dose, it will not be possible. That's why I did it. I think it was a very good, excellent presentation. Thank you so much. And very nice of you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anybody has question, please do.
As far as the products are concerned, these are marketed by very big malls in metro cities and even in small towns. Now, how can you introduce this to detect counterfeits, fakes, and adulterated goods being marketed? Can you introduce this at least in big malls so that the consumers are not cheated? Because nowadays, all sorts of fake and counterfeit products are coming into the market. And food adulteration, it is going on a large scale. So how to fight, how to protect the consumers? This is the big question.
Right, sir. Shivshamaji, thanks for your question. Here we are saying that the manufacturer should own the responsibility of what they produce because they are the ones who know what is the ingredient that goes in. It is their absolute right to own anything that is with the consumer. The missing link, I said in earlier stage, that if that information is not provided with the manufacturer, anybody in the market can produce a lookalike product. Now, with your question, if it's a rural market, we cannot restrict it or we cannot implement it unless it's made from the manufacturer's perspective. They have to be the key stakeholder. Okay? That's where the CPA should work, sir. So it has to be included saying that you identify your product, you own it, that is your discrete information, and give the output whenever somebody is purchasing, reading through a mobile application which we have developed, or it can be kiosk which is in the malls and other places. Check and verify before buying. At best, if it's a subject taken up seriously, every point of sale terminal where the billing is happening, that can be empowered so that no billing can be done if the product is not linked to the manufacturer directly. Now, rightly you asked this question, rural areas where we don't have the infrastructure today. but we have the mobile applications available. And whosoever is under Shop and Establishment Act, or even the licensing for vending anything in retail chain, they need to have some kind of a device which we have designed, which can be used. So consumer need not invest any money. So they have to check a checking system we can present in detail, which you are working with through the reputed organizations now. It can be done. So rural, as simple as a 1 rupee sachet of shampoo. Nobody knows whether it's a shampoo of a particular brand. It is still in the rural market. So it's in urban market. For convenience, we buy a small packet, maybe a rupee, but we do not know what it contains. Now, if there's a provision for us to check that and know that before buying, and if information goes to the manufacturer, only then it opens the information what the manufacturer owns. We have a trail back or a tracing of the information of the owners also simultaneously available. Hope I addressed your question, sir.
Mr. Badrinath, thank you very much. It was wonderful. Sir, are you listening?
Hello.
Sir, this is Balaji. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Balaji.
I have just sent a presentation wherein there is a KMF brand. Spurious materials have been repacked. I've sent it on the WhatsApp. I think this would complement all your discussions, like how people have been cheated onto it. Please look into, sir.
Balaji, excuse me, Balaji, can you come down to some place where you are clearly audible? Your voice is breaking.
No, I've sent a KMF presentation, which is spurious. They're just, I mean, it was a TV media. I've sent it on WhatsApp. Please look into. That would complement Mr. Badrinath's efforts of paying all the information.
Thank you, Mr. Balaji. I'll look into it. Definitely.
Badrinathji, I am Nadig here.
Yeah,
Is it audible?
yes, very much.
Is there anything in the public domain available for this RPI purpose in your this one conceptualized version of the approach?
Yeah, it is correct. We are in the process of implementation.
Because if it is in the sales terminal, means again it will be under the control of the traders. Is it, if it is anything which can be used as an this one equipment to identify, like PR, that means QR readers, or else any other type of sensors is available? Can you please?
Yeah, we have a mobile application exclusively developed, and manufacturers' content, whatever they, because that's important information which manufacturers embed, and that is read by the consumer end user. They can download an application and read, and the data that connects to the owner's information only is displayed. Anything else does not even open up. This is available. It's a low-cost application, straight line on the product, but the manufacturers have to implement this. This is already working for few items today. Lots of things are going on in the market to identify the synthetic segment.
In line with the equipment, requirement, manufacturer have to put certain information on his product.
Exactly, it's a software
that is
linked to a
yes.
printer. Yeah, correct. You're right, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
ಈಗ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಜಿಯವರು ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ದೇಸಿಗಾಗಿ ಧ್ವನಿ ಎತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವೋಕಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲೋಕಲ್, ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಎಚ್ಚರ, ಕೊಳ್ಳುವವನೇ ಎಚ್ಚರ. ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಸೇವೆಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಅದರ ಪೇಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಲೇಬಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಾರ್ಕೋಡ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ತೆರಿಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ISI ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹೀಗೆ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕತೆ, ಪಾರದರ್ಶಕತೆ, ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆ, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವಿಷಯ, ಪ್ರಯೋಗ, ಅನುಭವ, ಹಾಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಭರವಸೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನೂನಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದಿನ ತೀರ್ಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನುವುದನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಾಗೆ ಡೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅದು ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಮಗ್ರ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದಲ್ಲದೆ ಅದರ ಮೌಲ್ಯವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳತಕ್ಕದ್ದು ಅನ್ನುವುದನ್ನು ಗ್ರಾಹಕರ ಹಕ್ಕು, ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ, ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಅದ್ರ ಉತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದಂತವನ ಒಂದು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅನ್ನುವುದನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಮಗ್ರ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ ನಮ್ಗೆ ನೀಡುತ್ತಾ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಲೈನ್ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ತಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮೂಲ ಉದ್ದೇಶ, ಉದಾತ್ತ ಧ್ಯೇಯಗಳನ್ನ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ, ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮನಮುಟ್ಟುವಂತೆ ಗ್ರಾಹಕರಿಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಎಬಿಜಿಪಿ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹಾಗೂ ನನ್ನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಈಗ ಮುಂದಿನ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ ದಿಲೀಪ್ ಜಿ ಅವರು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಮೇಡಮ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಜಿ. ತಾವು ಹೇಳಿದಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅವನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳಿಗೆ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ರಿ. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಇರೋವಂಥ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಅವನು ಆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟಿನ ಜೆನ್ಯೂನಿಟಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸರಿಯಾದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಈ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ನೀವು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ರಿ. ಹಾಗೂ ಇದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೀವು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ರಿ. ಇದರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ ಭಾರತ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಅರ್ಥ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬರೀ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ ಭಾರತ ಅಂತ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಬರೀ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಆಧಾರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋದನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಭಾರತ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಸ್ಥಾನ ತಗೊಂತು. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಹಲವಾರು ದೇಶಗಳು ನಾವು ಆಧಾರ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಅಂಥದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೀವು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಎಬಿಜಿಪಿ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದನೂ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗೂ ತಮ್ಮ ಸಹಕಾರದಿಂದ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಬಾರಿ ಅದು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಆಶೆ ಕೋರ್ತಾ ತಮಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ದಿಲೀಪ್ ಜಿ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಸ್ವಾವಲಂಬಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಾಭಿಮಾನವನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವದೇಶಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಮಗ್ರ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನಮ್ಗೆ ನೀಡಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಉನ್ನತ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ್ ಜಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ತಲುಪಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕರು, ಹಿರಿಯರು, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಈ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಪರಿಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದಂತಹ ನರಸಿಂಹಜಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಶಿವಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಾಡಿಗ್ಜಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತ ಬಂಧುಗಳಿಗೂ ಅಖಿಲ ಭಾರತ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹಾಗೂ ನನ್ನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಈಗ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಕೊನೆಯ ಘಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ತಲುಪಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಶಾಂತಿ ಮಂತ್ರ ನಾಡಿಗ್ಜಿ ಅವರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ, ಶಾಂತಿ ಮಂತ್ರದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸಭೆ ಸಂಪನ್ನಗೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತದೆ. ನಾಳೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದೇ ಸಮಯಕ್ಕೆ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಪಕ್ವಾಡ್ 3ನೇ ದಿನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಪಾದಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಜೈ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಶಕ್ತಿ. ನಾಡಿಗ್ಜಿ ಅವರಿಂದ ಶಾಂತಿ ಮಂತ್ರ.
ಶಾಂತಿ ಮಂತ್ರದ ಮೂಲಕ ಈ ದಿನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಸಮಾಪ್ತಿಗೊಳಿಸೋಣ. ಸರ್ವೇ ಭವಂತು ಸುಖಿನಃ, ಸರ್ವೇ ಸಂತು ನಿರಾಮಯ, ಸರ್ವೇ ಭದ್ರಾಣಿ ಪಶ್ಯಂತು, ಮಾ ಕಶ್ಚಿತ್ ದುಃಖ ಭಾಗ್ ಭವೇತ್. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.